This is what Rich and George installed. So this is one zone, and what we were doing is basically splitting the ductwork into two zones, because at 330 Beach they installed a whole new section of the house. So we wanted to make it into two different zones. So this is what it was like before. You know, just the supplies going out here, and then we added a trunk like this with more supplies going out into that second part of the new house. And so what we had to do was put a damper here and put a damper here. Actually, yeah, Unico went like right here, and then damper here, and then damper on the bottom of the trunk. So that way, these two work in parallel. So if this is open, like these two are always open. And then if these two are open and you only want the first zone, then this one's gonna be closed. But if you want this one open, you can obviously have that one open as well. And then we'll explain what that wiring kind of looked like.
I can start with the wiring. Okay, so here we go. We started with sending power from the power source through our transformer to the zone control board. Here's a drawing. And then we had our Unico control board connected to our zone control board. Basically how this works is when there was a thermostat in the master bedroom of the house, and we also have a thermostat in the other side of the house. So we wanted to be able to have two zones. We have 3 dampers, only 2 zones though. And so when the customer turns on the thermostat in the master bedroom, here I'm gonna go back to the ductwork actually. Okay, so this is 1 damper, damper number 2, 3rd damper. So this is going to the customer's bedroom, and when the customer turned on the thermostat, let's say, these 2 are gonna close. They're normally open, so they're actually, once power is sent to them, they're gonna close. No power is gonna be sent to this one. Then the fan is gonna kick on, and it's gonna go through there. If both the thermostats are on, no power is gonna be sent to the dampers. They're just gonna be steadily open. The fan is gonna be running.
Good. So talk about how many power sources how many power sources did you guys have? And by that I mean how many 24 volt transformers were wired in to your low voltage wire?
So we had 1 transformer on the Unico, and we had a transformer going into the zone control board. Was there a 3rd transformer?
Boiler.
The boiler, right.
Good. So Eric, do you know why you guys had to install a transformer for the control board, for the zone control board?
Because you can't.
Well, why would you need to install a transformer for the zone control board? Why was it necessary? You guys probably don't remember, but you know, the Unico has its own transformer, but it only has so much power, right? We needed to install its own transformer for the control board so that it can open and close the dampers. Yeah. Right, and power up the thermostats, but mainly the dampers are motorized pieces and they require a lot of power. That's why we needed to install the transformers.
Yeah, right. Because it needs to open and close the dampers. So.
Good. That's good. It's a good explanation. Do you guys, anybody have any questions or thoughts?
What was the 3rd transformer for the boiler?
So the boiler has its own transformer and it sends a signal up to the Unico control board, and there's just an end switch on the hot side. So hydronic hot water, and the bottom of the control board. We had a Unico control board somewhere here, and I wanted to show you guys. Set of contacts. What that means is the control board doesn't send any power to it. All it'll do is close, it can make a connection, or lower the bridge, right, between these 2 contacts. So hot.
Be an XX.
XX. It's basically XX, so like what we always refer to as a dry set of contacts. So no power given by the control, it just makes that switch for you. So the transformer from the boiler downstairs sends its own R to this hot W here, and when there's a W called here, call for heat, this will close the connection between these two screws and send a W signal back down to the boiler, which will then engage the pump, bring on the heat from the boiler, and allow the hot water to circulate into that coil that we talked about, you know. So that's the third transformer, you know. And the reason we didn't, you try using this 24 volts to power up your zones is because this is only a 40 VA transformer, which is rated to bring in maybe 2 contactors, a couple of thermostats, right? That's all you're gonna do. These guys are, these zones, you're gonna have to close minimum 2 at a time, right? Because it'll be open, one's gonna be closed, like the master bedroom, or the other 2 will be closed together. Because one thing Rich also mentioned that, the existing part of the house, we had to use, because of the ductwork how it was set up, we had to use 2 10-inch zone dampers, and those were wired in parallel. Right. They were wired in parallel to be controlled together. Very good, So I catch you. It's smart. Yeah, so that's good. So, this is it, guys. So I'm gonna write down on the board things to remember. So tomorrow we can go over it, so we can always remember a few things. And if anybody's got something that came to your mind, a new idea, or like whatever Matt's doing on his cell phone right now.
Trying to sell you? Actually, my cousin's first one.
Hell yeah! Yeah, so, think about it, bring it up. Ultimately, we need to share information. The more we all know, the easier it is. We need to become like a beehive. Bees are like a functioning organism of many, Hive mind. Yes, I love it. Be a hive mind.
Whatever ideas for training that you guys would like us to cover, Mark to cover, please, anything and everything. Whatever you need help with, we need help with. Whatever you see the company needs help with, please let us know.
Yeah. But think of like we're gonna go over purging again because Juan had more questions. I drew a bunch of things. I'm gonna draw more things. We're gonna make more diagrams. Let's make sure that we all get it.
Boiler systems too.
Like if guys who don't speak English good come back to me. We're gonna propose to that just to make sure that everybody gets what they gotta get.